Hello, welcome, good evening, and welcome to the Full Force News Burst live special with me, Christopher McLeod AKA Diagnostic 80, brought to you by Generals Joe's REBORN.com, coming at you live from the new Full Force HQ. Yes, this is the first live stream that would have been done now from home base. Very excited. I'm in the basement, and yeah, you can't tell that because I've just got this up. But if I do this, you'll see like wood paneling. There you go. Let's see. Anyway, yes, I am going live tonight because we have got so much to talk about and discuss. I mean, just from yesterday evening alone, I just haven't had the opportunity to go live and talk about any of it. But we've had Super7 news, we've had Hiya Toys news, we've had classified leaks galore. So yeah, let's get stuck into it. Hello to Tim, Philly, Tor, and Johnny B54 in the chat at the moment. Hope you're all doing well. Yeah, obviously throw a comment in there, like, comment, subscribe, all of the usual stuff. Ask questions, whatever you want to do. We're going to get through the news though tonight because there's a lot to get through. I did this last week. This kind of like a Tuesday midweek catch up sort of vibe. It's like the mid-weekly weekly, although I'm gonna have to rebrand it now. But no, hopefully going forward, I will have more time to jump on the news as it happens, as opposed to sort of having to like do these little kind of like bunch catch ups. But anyway, let's get into that first news kind of segment, and that is obviously Super7. Yes, so like I said, lots to kind of discuss today, but we'll start with Super7 and the Dic Baroness, or the Dic Deco Baroness. Now, we've talked about this already. Obviously, we've looked at images or seen images, obviously, kind of not as nice and kind of like, kind of high quality as these off Target.com. Link in the description, by the way, if you want to get this particular Baroness. She's on Target's website already, and yeah, looking pretty cool. Again, we sort of saw this in that kind of low quality potato cam sort of image, but now you can see the color and everything very clear. And yeah, it's definitely the Dic Baroness, looking very cool. And we also got a few other images as well. We've got that beautiful kind of promo image, which they do really well, actually, Super7, because let's face it, the reaction figures, as cool as they are, they're not like dynamic. You can't pose them crazy, can you? So obviously it takes quite a lot to kind of do something, I don't know, dramatic and everything with them. But I think she looks really good in this shot. And you can kind of see her with the secondary kind of pistol holster belt on as well, and of course holding that, what is effectively, let's face it, an Annihilator's rifle. So I wonder if we're getting Annihilators. Obviously that was mentioned on the weekly, and by a lot of you guys in the comments as well, on the weekly, on Saturday, no, last Friday. My goodness, where has the time gone? Yes, hello guys in the chat, hope you're all doing well. V Hawkmore says, got to drive to work now, but I'm curious if the backyard has room for your future full-size tactical battle platform. No, it doesn't have. The plans for that really require like, you have to be on, like, you have to have like a lake. You have to be like lakeside or something, and then it kind of like sits just off. Do you know what I mean? So the bridge can come down. So yeah, we're not going to be doing the tactical battle platform, but there's a lot of other things that we have planned. We've probably got a big enough yard to build a 1-to-1 scale Robo Skull, which we want to do. Could you imagine? But anyway, V Hawkmore, thanks for the deep cut knowledge there of my tactical battle platform wants. Anyway, Baroness looks good. We got the card as well, the carded figure, and we can see here that they've actually given her a different rifle than she gets in the actual figure, which is interesting. Usually they do tend to strictly keep her to what she's going to come with. Or they probably just didn't want to change the artwork, honestly. Classified flag in the yard. Yeah, it's gonna have to. Yeah, I'll have to do that instead. So it's interesting that they haven't changed that. Rhode Island, Philly, home of Hasbro. Yeah, so yeah, very cool. Figure looks cool. Card looks awesome. Card back looks nice. Artwork, they have changed obviously to make it to obviously change to the blue, the kind of Deke inspired colors. What I was interested in though is if you flip to the back of the card, they haven't utilized a Deke animated like image. They've gone with that classic one that's on all the Baroness cards, I believe, so far from the Sunbow series, and they've just changed the color on there to match the blue, which is interesting, I think, because I think it would have been a really nice touch to get that Deke animation. Maybe they can't get it. Maybe they can only homage the figure and they can't utilize the animation. I don't know why you wouldn't be able to do that, but maybe I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of that. But yeah, interesting nonetheless. But there is your Baroness with Super7. Like I said, on Target.com right now, you'll more than likely be able to find this Target exclusive in what's the word in store is the word I'm looking for. And yeah, obviously it's with the Wave 7, this Target exclusive figure. So this is the Target exclusive for your Hawk. Who else was in it? The Pilot, that was it. Pilot, Barbecue, Buzzer, Cobra Commander, but the Fun School robot version, and Fun House robot version, not Fun School, and a Crimson Guard. So that is the Shaggy. So that is, I don't know why have you said Shaggy, Detective Dirty, in there? I just wanted to say it in that voice as well. I don't know why. Yeah. Note all the cards are not multilingual with Super7. They just do the classic kind of file card look with the cross sell. Anyway, yeah, Wave 7 with the Baroness, and we've still got obviously that Wave 8 with listings that we've had recently. It looks to me like those Shaggy. It looks to me like the listings we've had recently, which we discussed on the weekly on Friday. Serpentor, Snow Serpent, Deke Lady J, Deke Scarlet, Dana, etc., Dinah, etc., etc. With all of those listings, it might be like 2 waves of product, and there might be some others to come still. Who knows? We'll see. We'll find out eventually when the official drops come. Anyway. Might have some news regarding Super7 very soon, which is cool, but can't say any more than that. Anyway, that is La Baroness, as they say in France. I don't know. Let's move on then to the next massive news story that hit me in the face at I woke up at like midnight, like close to 1 in the morning. It was like midnight, like 1:15 or something like that in the morning, because Phoebe wanted to go out for a wee. So woke me up. And then I look at my phone, just happened to look at my phone, and it's blown up. There's like thousands of notifications, not because I'm very popular, not at all, but just because loads of people were throwing out like, "Oh, have you seen this? Have you seen this? Have you seen this?" And one of the things that was brand new to me at midnight 45 was Hiya Toys dropping another figure review, another one. And are they on crack? Are they just churning these out? It's like, get some more heroin in you because we're churning some more out, guys. And amazing. Now, one thing I will say is I'm not a massive fan, unfortunately, of the Flint head sculpt. And obviously, it's the same figure, just with redecoed, into this kind of like what I would say looks more like the Beachhead deco from the was it late 90s, early 2000s? Beachhead Tiger Force. Yeah, I think it was late 90s, wasn't it? And this kind of this Flint has kind of got more of a vibe of that particular design of character. So I wonder if this was like maybe an early deco example that our good pal Lenny had kind of thrown together for a classified Flint Tiger Force figure before they kind of went a little bit more, what's the word, vintage inspired, shall we say. But anyway, kind of digging the deco, digging the figure, but again, I'm not a massive fan of the head sculpt. It looks a little bit off to me. It just looks like one massive eyebrow, and it's got weird proportions on the face, and I'm not like, it looks a little old as well. Like, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I mean, Flint can be an older guy, that's not a problem. But I don't know, it doesn't strike me as Flint, the head sculpt. Anyway, it's still kind of cool though. And I do love this kind of like almost electricity tiger stripes, sort of in the. Do you guys, if you it might be a deep cut to the GI Joe, the Action Force, Tiger Force card backs, or the GI Joe, the kind of like UK Tiger Force card backs, where we had our own, obviously, European exclusive lineup, including the likes of Outback and Psych Out, and Hit and Run and Sneak Peek and Tunnel Rat, etc., etc., etc. And on the card backs, there was this kind of like electricity in red that was on the, like in the background, like how the Tiger Force in the US was that kind of like what I used to think was like kind of smoky, murky farts behind them, like green almost. But it was tiger stripes. I'd never really noticed that it was tiger stripes, just kind of like vertical. I never noticed that. I thought it was smoke because I'm an idiot. And on the UK one, it was like red electricity and all sorts of crazy stuff going on, and different artwork for the most part. So like I say, different kind of redone artwork over similar ways, and some of the weapons have kind of been kind of not removed, but kind of put in less, what's the word, less aggressive like positions, like Hit and Run's holding the butt of his rifle, and Sneak Peek is got it like, I think he's got it over his shoulder. He's not holding the M16. And if I'm right in saying, the main one is Tunnel Rat, where the gun is like leaning on against the wall behind him in the tunnel. So very interesting kind of stuff. But yeah, Venom symbiote, says Leon. Yeah, it does have that kind of, that Venom symbiotic vibe, doesn't it? That black kind of going all over him. I like it. I'm down for it. I'm telling you now. But yes, you have just nailed it, Leon. His head looks like one of those 1950s wooden puppets. That's what it is. That's what I've been trying to rack my brain as to what he looks like. You are 100% right. Hello, Luke. Finally able to catch a live stream. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, amazing, right? Kevin, is it all through brick and mortar vendors? Hiya Toys, it's a difficult one at the moment. Rob Osborne, shout out to Rob Osborne, sent me a link to, I think it's Cool Stuff Toys or something. Sorry, Rob, I'll just double check what it is, the link, so everyone can know. Rob, it was during our weekly, actually, that you sent it to me. You also sent me, I just noticed, the Hiya Toys link as well, because of course you did. Oh, I've got to turn I turn my Wi-Fi off on my phone just to kind of make sure we don't get any of those issues with the stream. But so far, so good, which I'm very excited for, by the way. And in any case, sorry, I'm just trying to multitask as I go here. I'm trying to find the name of that company you sent me. CoolToysClub.com. CoolToysClub.com. They basically do Hiya Toys a decent price without crazy shipping. So try them. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, let's talk about Flint. That is a great point. It does look like a wooden puppet, and that's what I think I don't like about this head sculpt. And it doesn't seem to afflict, like Major Blood looks good, Baroness and Jay look okay, but the Flint definitely has a little bit like, I don't know, just doesn't vibe with me, unfortunately. But I love the figure, and I love like I love the classified Flint. I'm in the minority, I think, of loving the classified Flint design. I thought it was a really cool update to the character design, and not in a way that kind of dates them. Whereas, like, you look at kind of Scarlet version 1, and it looks a little dated. It looks a little Avengers, in my opinion. I do like the figure, but it does kind of hit more to a kind of like superhero kind of spandex than her kind of classic look. Which again, I'm glad they're doing the classic Flint, Duke, and Scarlet. They look great. Same with Duke a little bit. There's elements of him that look a little dated, but his Tiger Force version, Duke's Tiger Force version, classified, is well good because of that deco. Roadblock's first version looks a little dated. I love his heavy artillery version though. Anyway, yeah, here we are. So I don't think this dates. I think this ages well, is what I'm getting at. I like that kind of secondary and everything. I think it's pretty wicked. The orange beret is a nice touch as well. I think that's even more vibey with the yellow, the yellow symbol on the front as well, the patch. I'm really digging the figure. It's just a head sculpt, and that's pretty much what I'll say throughout the whole time. But yeah, liking this one. So I'm trying. I'm so terrible, aren't I, at multitasking? He's got his little shotgun as well. Comes with a plethora of gear as well too. There, you got the kind of knife there and that kind of shin holster, shin sheath, and you've got the thigh holster for the pistol as well. So he just definitely comes with some gear, which is good. And we can see it all broken down in a second when I get to it. What's that on his back? Oh, of course, that's the shotgun, isn't it? Kind of holstered. So he does come with his shotgun holster too, by the looks of things. There's a close up of the head sculpt. Not a fan. Now, I will say I absolutely love the classified head sculpt of Flint. I think he kind of gives me a vibe of John Hamm, and I've got such a man crush on that guy. I think he's awesome. Like, you know, head sculpt wise, John Hamm's head sculpt. But this one, like, I don't know, it just has some awkward vibes going on there, doesn't it? I think Leon made it very. I think the point was made very, very well in the 1950s wooden puppet vibe on this particular Flint. But I do really like that kind of electricity, kind of black tiger stripe kind of thing going on. I like it. I like it. Yeah. So here's his gear. He comes with the knife, different alternate hands, of course. They've thrown those in a lot more since the Snake Eyes figure, which a lot of people complained about. He's got a shotgun and like a kind of like futuristic kind of blaster as well, which he doesn't come with in the classified line. I wonder if that was an early concept weapon that they took out, because he doesn't come with that in the classified version. So that's pretty gnarly. So this the first one, like underneath the knife, basically that first like kind of like rifle blaster, very Nerf looking. But I wonder if they took that out to give him the shotgun. Oh no, sorry, I'm wrong, aren't I? He's got the shotguns from classified. They've given him a new class. Sorry, I'm an idiot. I've just had that massive brain fart. Yeah, the shotgun is the one that he has in classified because it's kind of more futuristic, of course. The one underneath it is like Falcons, isn't it? That's like the Falcon classified shotgun. So he gets two, which is not dope. Sorry, I've worked it out in my head and said it out loud now. Sorry, I haven't had enough time to really soak this in, so I'm kind of saying stuff for the first time here out loud. Um, yeah, and then obviously you've got the pistol, and you've got the thigh holster secondary, the knife sheath, and of course the a shotgun backpack, which is actually slightly different to the one I think he comes with in the original classified version anyway. Double shotguns, it's a weird approach, says Mark. Hello, Mark. Talking Joe, shout out Talking Joe. Hope you're doing all right. Thanks very much for the comment. You're right, it is a weird approach, like two shotguns in hand. I guess one is in his back, one is in his hand, isn't it? I mean, he can carry all his gear. That's the beauty part here. Obviously, knife, pistol, one of the shotguns in the shotgun holster, and then he holds the other shotgun. It's just that the extra hands then. So we're getting higher Falcon, says Rachel. Good possibility. Good possibility. Yeah, could be. Might they? Could you imagine if they kind of redid his head sculpt and it looked worse? How? And yeah, the Dio, which Leon says, love that they keep using the Predator type base with the bones, etc. Yeah, it's pretty dark in it, but it's cool. So the Dio base, obviously, they click together with all the other ones. It's a little Dio piece as well. Yeah, doubles as. So anyway, Super7 check. Hiya Toys check. A higher Falcon head fills me with dread, says Leon. I know, it's like, oh, dangerous, isn't it? But very cool. Some nice, but like I'm calling these nice little bonus rounds for GI Joe at the moment for me. And I'm loving the fact that Hiya are churning it out. Like, seriously, this has got to be the first repaint as well. Everything else has been a brand new, like, unique build figure, and now they're just like, hey, we're doing one of these every week, yo, so we've got to do some repaints here and there. I get it, I understand, and I'm kind of happy they've done a Flint. Still no Duke, isn't that crazy? Also, the image I have where I had all of the high releases, I've got to add two more to that image. It's going to be like you're just going to see like the nose of the figure because the slithers are going to be so tight. Anyway, Kitty said, does the base have pegs for the figure to secure them? Yeah, I believe there's like a foot peg. I'm just saying that. I don't actually know. I think there's a foot peg on there. Please let us know in the comments if anyone knows, and you can let Tor know, and then we'll move on. Right, okay, and then we have some classified leakage, starting with the biggest of all the boas. I know, right? Oh, Mark said, breaking the seal on repaints. Does this mean everything will be repainted? Says, well, it's a possibility. They've done a lot of like original classic or original classified concept decos. So maybe we're going to get like other decos of them as well. Who knows? I want that Firefly done as like a wreckage or a saber tooth. That would be pretty dope. Anyway, sorry, coming back to Big Boa classified series, big reveal news here. So AliExpress, don't ignore the price. That's because they're putting it up as a what do you call it? You know, because it's going to have it early. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it will be a standard retail release and standard retail price. So don't worry too much on that. How long until variant Kangor, says Figure Six Pack? Too long, I'd imagine. I want it now, and a kangaroo. Anyway, Big Boa. He's not. We did talk about this with Emily and Lenny, and we will be talking to them very soon. By the way, I know it's been. We are getting that sorted. I think for next week. We are getting that sorted for next week. So don't worry. We will be talking to Lenny and Emily again. Our kind of part two, our follow up. We've got lots to talk about as well, and we're just around the corner from even more stuff by the looks of things, especially when you take this into consideration. So Big Boa's box kind of package has been revealed, and I think it looks pretty darn cool, honestly. There you go. We've got the artwork on the box. We can kind of gauge from this that the gloves are going to have that kind of like white interior, kind of like inside the glove, like kind of like the padding inside the hand of the glove, with the red on the outside, and then the what's it called, the cobra sigil on black on the outside. That's what I can gauge from the gloves and the artwork, which is a very nice little additional extra on the gloves, because I think we have had the white in the interior before. Did we have that on the modern? I want to say we did, but anyway, I do like that. It's a nice touch. Of course, the alternate head. We've got the I think is an alternate helmet head. I don't think it's a helmet that goes over the head. I'm pretty sure it's an alternate head from that. But we'll find out soon, won't we? And of course, the barbells that he comes with two of them as well, 200 as well, as what I was trying to get at. I think this is, I'm really excited for Big Boa. He's a quirky, crazy character. One thing I will disagree with them on, though, is that they were talking about, and I get it. I get I get Lenny and Emily and the team's reasoning behind what gets done as a deluxe or not, because you have to take into consideration, is the character strong enough to sell as a deluxe figure? Is it going to pee people off? Do they want him at a cheaper price point, etc., etc.? Are people not that fussed with him? Is it one of those ones that kind of is a bit derided? Is it one that kind of, it's a bit of a fence sitter? So, they've got to take that kind of stuff into consideration. And Big Boa, you have to say, is one of those characters that for the most part, for the most of his life in the vintage era, is kind of scoffed at a little bit to a degree. Some people think it's, it's one of those things where it's like G.I. Joe kind of jumping the shark a little bit. I don't. I love this figure. And it was kind of in that like period of time where G.I. Joe was so strong in my life as a kid that, I was loving everything they were dishing out. I had the figure as a kid. I love the extra bits and pieces. Now, what I will say is, if this had been a like deluxe figure, they could have thrown in the punching kind of bag on a stick. They could have done all sorts of cool stuff. I did go check out my Let's Talk Classified Big Boa video where I talk about, getting like a workbench with like, like a scaffold sort of thing where you could have like long like long barbell, like, the big weights, and like, like a hanging punching bag that came down on that scaffold. Like lots of different cool stuff you could really go to town with on a deluxe figure. I think that would have, that makes the figure then like even more desirable, and people are like, oh yeah, that's dope. I want that. I need that, because you're getting like Dio pieces with it effectively. So I think this Big Boa would have been great to do as a deluxe, and I wouldn't have been upset about that. But what I definitely can understand from their point of view is they're looking at like Snow Job and Snow Serpent and Tripwire and these kind of characters that are like a little bit more, let's say, kind of like necessary to get a large amount of gear. Big Boa doesn't need a lot of things. I would have been happy if they'd have just given him the punching bag on a stick, though. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, the Fortnite Meowscles raw deal is a great point there, because that is a really amazing little set with like a like the is it the bar, they're barbells. What are they called, the big ones? Or is that a barbell? Is the big one a no, that I'm not sure what dumbbell and barbell differences are. I'm sure they're the same thing. The long bar anyway, the long one with that must be barbells, mustn't it? I can't remember. Sorry, I'm having an absolute brain fart. But the Meowscles is a great example of what we could have had there. But then again, you could go a little bit more on it. And if you check out Gridiron Studios, do an amazing one as well. Go check out Gridiron Studios one, because that is phenomenal. It's like a workbench with all sorts of stuff going on it as well. That's really cool. So yeah, you could have done weight bench. That'll do. Thank you, Raw Talk Raw Deal. I'll just say weight bench. McMurphy, as I was saying, yes, same deal. We could have done without the dumbbells, and you could give him the punching bag, and I'd have been cool with that. Is what I was getting at, McMurphy. But yeah, you're saying that. Well, yeah, and barbells are the long ones. Thank you, Paisano777. Thank you. And dumbbell is the single curls, barbell 2 arm curls. Thank you, Kev Jewel, as well. Thanks everyone for filling me in there, Kitty said. But yeah, like Big Boa, I think this works for me as a single carded figure. I'm cool with it. I think I'm definitely probably going to have the helmet, though. I love the fact they've done an unmasked head, and it's going to be cool where you can like hold the helmet, and it's going to be good for like lots of different kind of toy photographers, for display options, for how you want to kind of like have your Big Boa out there. I think it's cool. And again, I think like the secondary's dope with the spikes, pretty unique. I don't think they're going to be using that again unless for Kangor. And yeah, just I think it's a solid Big Boa figure, and I'm cool. I'm here for it. So yeah, yeah, there we go. Next though, no, next though is a really, I mean, this is a mind blower as well, and it is, yeah, 60th anniversary Action Soldier Infantry. Now, what we are aware of, Action Soldier Infantry is the Action Soldier name for the figure, and Action Sailor Recon Diver is the name for the other figure, which I think we've talked about already. I think we've explained that. So it's Action Soldier and Action Sailor still, but they've got that kind of like subtitle of Infantry and Recon Diver. So this one we've seen, we haven't seen the Recon Diver box yet, but this one's snuck out. And my goodness, look at that loadout, man. I think the secondary, I think the soft goods look really good too. I'm excited to see that like out though. Window packaging, like, it looks cheap, says Flaffle. I think that might just because of the soft goods giving it that vibe, but I don't think this looks cheap. I think this looks amazing. And yeah, this is going to be this is going to be a $34.99 price point deluxe figure, believe it or not. Mental, that, isn't it, with the amount of stuff it comes with. Back to now we're back to like window packaging, which I think a lot of people are very excited for. I, for one, I'm just happy we've got those, like the renders on the reverse. So fingers crossed we get to see those soon as well. This also is pointing to me like these two kind of like leaks. We've got some stuff coming around the corner, haven't we? And it looks like December. There's a couple of, I want to say, if you go to Entertainment Earth, they have those like pre-order drops where they kind of don't give all the information away, but they say some stuff. And I think at the moment there's 2 in December. I think it was at the 7th and like the 12th or something like that. But it looks like we're going to be getting a few more things. No, we know the price point, Flaffle. It's $34.99. It's that we know that price point. Like, we know it. I don't know if it's known out there, but we know that it's $34.99. So yeah, amazing stuff. I think this is gonna. I think the 60th is going to go down really well by the looks of things. This figure looks so. I love the artwork they've done for it. The box looks really cool. I like that kind of in the background. You can't really see it clearly, but I think it's the same kind of design they used on the reveal for the render, and they've got that kind of topographical map in like tan and black, which looks really cool. I see what you're saying, Flaffle. I see what you're saying. Yeah, the Big Boa looked cheap, not the 60th. Cool. Yeah, I get it. So now at least we know what the windows are going to be looking like. Leon says UK stock will drop in time for the 120th anniversary. Yeah, absolutely. Super Saiyan Berserk says hope is made by the good factory. Oh, I think we all hope that. Yeah, there have been a few QC issues, Tor. There have been a few QC issues recently with some of the figures. I want to say that it's kind of like a bit hit or miss though as well, because I know people that have had Helix, right, and they've had a great figure, and then I know other people, shout out to Travis Moody, whose Helix, like the knee pins were really loose, and one of the lower legs can like almost pop out. So yeah, I know like arms have been coming off easy for some figures, and Buzz's shades don't stay on. Those are some of that's the cliff notes, but I have heard some issues. But again, I've been hearing good in other situations for the same figure. So like, it's one of those things, isn't it? You just have to hope that you get a good one, I guess. Shockwave has gummy legs, according to Super Saiyan Berserk as well. Retro or TF Roadblock coming with that 50 cal, says Leon. I think we can. I think TF Roadblock. I think a Tiger Force Roadblock is on the cards, isn't it? I think it is. We've sort of got a retro Roadblock in that heavy artillery one. I doubt they're going to go back to the version 2 and do that one. I doubt they'll do that. But I definitely could see a Tiger Force Roadblock definitely around the corner. Yeah. So let's talk about this kind of QC issue and other stuff here. They've churned a lot of product out. They have, by their own admission, crammed a year's worth of product into 6 months, and sometimes it feels like more has been crammed into a shorter period of time, but that's what they've done. Now, we're not going to see the benefit of them having a comfortable rhythm with proper, careful consideration on a lot of this stuff until we get to next year, until we get to 2024, and hopefully we start with a comfortable rhythm that doesn't cram everything into a short period of time and spaces things out a little bit more, like I said, carefully considered. And because this is the thing, if you cram stuff in and churn it out and you try and get stuff through, like sold out of the warehouse, like clearanced, to get the new stock in, and then that's going at, like, you're gonna have issues, and that's unfortunately where we are at the moment. I don't think it's like end of the world stuff though. But I think, like, if we go into, like, if we think about it like that, kind of, like I said, that kind of spread out, careful consideration, better rhythm going into the next year, I think we'll get better everything. The other thing they're fighting with is, I would say, this as well, and it just seems very clear to me. Do you know what I mean? I think it's very clear to me, as it is with, I think, a lot of people when they look at it, that there are factory issues that just, they want to fix them, but the factory aren't fixing them. And I think that is something that's happening, because it's clear as day that the team know that these issues are there, and for the life of them, it can't be worked out. So hopefully there is a situation where the classified series does return to that really good factory. And I think that is something that is a kind of low underlying issue that obviously they're never going to talk about in an official capacity, but it's something that just seems so obvious on the cards, so obviously on the surface it feels that way. But anyway, I've only had one issue. My low light didn't come with a bipod, but for everything else, and Firefly, 1/4 of his body doesn't have deco on it, which is, well, doesn't have the dark grey camo splodge deco on it. It has the grey, but not the dark grey. So yeah, in terms of QC issues, I get very fortunate with mine, definitely, because I do my unboxings, I show you and everything, you know, you see it. So, but for the most recent stuff, I haven't seen a lot of that. I haven't seen a lot of the figures, you know, I haven't seen a lot of that stuff in hand. So I don't know, and I can't really talk on it. All I can say is like I can like mirror what other people are saying and what the kind of general consensus is, and then I can kind of give my idea of how it, you know, it's going to go. These things will get ironed out, like I said, and I think they'll get ironed out with more pressure on the factory and more what's the word, like, yeah, and the other careful, the kind of spread out better rhythm of product going into next year. They'll come hand in hand. Do you know what I mean? And I think we'll get that. We'll get that kind of ironed out. Anyway, yeah, on the gummy weapons, I guess it's not a QC issue though. Gummy weapons are not a QC issue. Gummy weapons are something that they went with, not as a company, but the factory went with, and for some reason will not get on top of at the moment. So I feel like they'll work that out, but at the moment there's definitely a durometer issue with the plastic they're using on some of the weapons, and we know historically that we can get stronger weapons that don't feel gummy or bend really easily. So there's no argument in that sense. That should be fixed. But we'll get there. I think definitely. Anyway, next Hasbro live stream will be a factory inspection. That would be really funny, actually, wouldn't it? Anyway, so that, yeah, that's that. I think that's everything. I think we've covered everything on this little Tuesday kind of roundup catch-up thing. I've got loads more. Well, I'm not in any rush at the moment, so we can still I'll do some questions, some Q&A stuff if you want to do that at the end of the episode. One thing I will say before we go though, check this out, guys. We're on TikTok. I'm not doing dances like Mark said. I'm not doing like silly dances. No, we are talking TikTok. We're on it now, and we're going to be doing some kind of like, what's the word? Exclusive content for TikTok. We're going to be doing some addendums. So we've got a video on there at the moment. It's the first one. It's the only one at the moment because obviously it's going to be quite hard for me to do like constant blooming content for this stuff. But we'll work it out. I'll probably be doing like, you know, I'll probably do like a smaller version of what we've just done tonight and throw that on there or something. I don't know. But the addendum episodes are going to be like fun little extras. And at the moment, the first episode relates to the Let's Talk Classified Torch video that I did a while back, where we did like a new sort of like, what's the word? Like a new sort of a bit of information that kind of came to light after I did the video. So that is, yeah, so go check it out. It's kind of fun. I've kind of posted on everything at the end of the day, but it will be exclusive to TikTok going forward. And we'll share it after the fact, but I got excited for the first video, so I shared it everywhere. But that won't be the case going forward. Going forward, we'll have it on TikTok for a while, and then I'll start sharing it everywhere else. I have actually been like genuinely enjoying TikTok, and I'm not going to be dancing Brian Blessed Furry Fletcher. I'm not going to be Fury Fletcher. I'm not going to be dancing. I might, because I do dance. I'm, for those people that aren't aware, I am quite the dancer. You ask anybody in the history of seeing me dancing, genuinely, I'm being genuine here. I genuinely wanted to kind of do it as a profession when I was younger. I wanted to kind of get into professional dancing, but it didn't never kind of transpired. But yeah, I've cut many a rug up at a wedding or an event. You ask anybody who's seen me, and you'll get your answer. Anyway, that's irrelevant at the moment. Yes, TikTok, go check it out. And like I've been enjoying it. I've been like following it for things like food, like recipes and stuff like that. Things like, what else am I on there for? Oh, gaming. Gaming's great on there. Like I follow loads of people on there. For gaming, it's a lot of fun because I don't get to do enough gaming anymore. So it's nice to see to have like the outlet kind of satiated somehow by like watching a bunch of guys talking about what their favorite games are and like top tens and all this kind of stuff. It's fun. Yes, dancing videos are Patreon exclusive, Tim. I like that. That's gonna have to be a thing now, isn't it? Amazing. Um, Flaffle says, any details on December 7th pre-order Entertainment Earth? I joined late today. No details. It's just I was kind of saying that yeah, it looks like we're going to be getting some stuff, doesn't it? But if you go to what was it, our decoded episode, Flaffle, you'll see kind of how the waves are broken up with I think Big Boa, Quick Kick. I can't even remember now. It's been so long. But you'll yeah, go and watch that episode. You'll see how the waves are broken up. I may even have posted the graphic. Did I post the graphic online? I might have done. You got me like checking myself before I wreck myself now. I'm also just checking to see if there's been any other friggin' news. Like, oh my god, it's every 5 seconds now, isn't it? But I'm just going to quickly check that just so I can get the characters in the right order. Did I post it? I want to say I posted the actual graphic after the fact, but I might not have done. I may not have done. Effectively, it's like Big Boa, Quick Kick, somebody else I can't remember, and somebody else. We only know 4 of the 5-figure waves, which is weird. Unless they're switching to 4-figure waves with all the other deluxes and stuff. I don't know. But it's weird that we don't have the 5th member of those 4-figure waves. You know what I mean? I'm still searching. I'm still looking. And I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Decoded listings update. No, I didn't. Don't think I did post it. I just did the videos live. I'm sorry, guys. I've let you down. But yeah, it was effectively like Jinx. Yes, Jinx was another one. I'm literally gonna have to find this because it will burn me. So I'm not looking at the place I thought it was going to be. I'm looking at the place I'm pretty sure I know it's going to be. Man, it'd be great if I could find anything, wouldn't it? My goodness. Why 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 Delilah? DJ's dancer singer. Our man's got it all, says McMurphy. You're right. I'm not a producer in actual fact. I won't take DJ. I am a producer. I'm a music producer. I make music. Um, I am also a rapper. I can sing to a degree. I used to be much better, but my voice is a little cracked at the moment. Oh, here we go. I've got it. Right. Big Boa, Airborne, Quick Kick, Techno Viper. That was one wave, right? So I've got a feeling we might see those 4, the 60th Action Soldier, Action Sailor, based on these leaks that have cropped up. And then, like, I don't know, something else. I don't know. Anything else? There's a lot of stuff out. The other wave that we know of, 4 of the 5 figures, we're assuming there are 5. Like I said, they might have changed that now. Alpine, Iron Grenadier Bat, Iron Grenadiers. Oh, hang on. Out. Oh, well, there you go. There's a reveal for you. Alpine, Iron Grenadiers, and 2 other figures, which I'm not going to repeat again, but you just heard me say it. So, and I did, to be honest, I first of all, yeah, I have let that slip. That's ridiculous and hilarious of me. But I will say that I did like nod and wink about it last time, didn't I? So, oh well, I've said it out loud now. So hilarious. My bad. I'm not going to say it again. So if you caught it, well done. But if you didn't catch it, move on. But yeah, Alpine and Iron Grenadiers were the 2 of the figures in the other 4 that we knew of. Brilliant. Anyway, brilliant stuff. I love doing accidental reveals. They're the best. And what was the other thing I was going to say? Yeah, so bear in mind those 2, like what we've got, those 2 kind of pre-order drops on Entertainment Earth. My best guess is going to be the 60th might be one, and that kind of 4-figure wave, especially with that Big Boa leak recently, might be something that we're going to get. Anyway, will they drop the MMS before Christmas, says Leon? That's a good point. That is a very good point. Yeah, that is a very good point indeed. Flaffle, don't say it in the comments because now people are going to see it again. What was there was other sorry, there were other comments that I missed. I'm going back to quickly. Um, So they're the details that I know of Flaffle because we don't know any details on those drops. But Entertainment Earth, I think, have got like a couple of pre-order drops for Hasbro stuff, and there's a possibility both of them could, or one of them could be Joe. There's a mention, I think, on one of the Entertainment Earth pre-order drops where they say it's an anniversary, etc., etc. So 60th makes the most sense there, doesn't it? Definitely. I wonder if we'll get new Mad Marauders in those waves. Flaffle. Well, we are. I would expect to see more Mad Marauders stuff, but I don't know if that's where we'll see it. But I'm not going to count that out because we will be getting more Mad Marauders stuff for sure. The Full Force Shuffle. I like that. Oh, right. Sorry. Tor said saw Airborne on AliExpress. No package though. Yeah, you're right. I think they've got all of them up on AliExpress. They've got Big Boa. They've got Airborne. They might have Quick Kick and Techno Viper as well. So it would make sense that they have those because those are four of the what I keep saying 5-figure waves. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm joking, Flaffle. I'm joking, mate. You can say it. I'm joking completely. I'm just kind of like, I'm trying to bring it back in. I'm trying to like pretend I didn't say it out loud like an idiot that I am. Will they ship before Christmas? Tor? That's a good point. I don't think so. Well, I say that, but you never know. Like if they're showing that stuff now, it'll be early 2024, wouldn't it? I think they were supposed to be 2024. Like all of this stuff's supposed to be 2024. Like the 60th, the Big Boa wave, all of that's supposed to be 2024. So I'm surprised. Maybe it's just going to be for January. Like it'll come out January, February time. Excuse me. Storm Shadow for 2024 says Super Saiyan Berserk. Would love another Storm Shadow, specifically version 2. I would love a version 2 Storm Shadow. Oh my god. What else? Tim Pedersen says, this is a good shout. Maybe the 5th figure from the Airborne wave is another Desert Commando Snake Eyes situation. Yeah, like you're totally right on that because, like I said, we have tripped up in the past where we've had a code word and no action. We have no idea who it was, and then it turned out to be Aesop. It turned out to be Snake Eyes, Desert Snake Eyes. So yeah, absolutely, I'm with you on that one. Is AliExpress reputable? Not a clue, Leon. Don't know. Sorry, I just know of it leaking stuff every now and again. When are pre-orders coming? Says hello, J. Robert Bryans. When are pre-orders coming? Not a clue, mate. Not a clue. But the Entertainment Earth have got 2 pre-order drops that we think might be G.I. Joe related, or one especially that anniversary one where they're joking about being an anniversary. Anyway, right. I think we'll bring it to a close there because I need to eat soon, and obviously I think Kate's holding back as well, even though we should be going. We should be making food right now. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed today. I've enjoyed doing our first stream from the new HQ. I only noticed that logo popped up once because I think I put my phone on Wi-Fi, and I think that's what happened. I think it just had a little glitch out. But anyway, very, very excited for all of these things, with leaks and with other little bonus things going on. I think we do. Yeah, Matt, I think we might get some sort of Joe something in December. I do. I don't know necessarily know if it's going to be an event or a stream, but there's going to be something, I think. But we'll see. We'll find out. And there we go. Hope you enjoyed the little accidental reveal as well that I did. And yeah, we'll bring it to a close there. I will see you guys. I've got a Let's Talk Classified Cobra Ferret in the works coming up very soon. I've also got, obviously, we've got the weekly coming. I've actually something else is happening on Friday. And now I've got to work that out. Yes, we are going to be doing an interview on Friday, so it won't come out until the weekend or maybe the following week. But we're doing an interview on Friday with the developers for the G.I. Joe Wrath of Cobra game. Very excited about that. That reminds me, I've got to get the questions sent off to them. So I'll do that tonight. So we'll be doing that interview, I think, on Friday, and then obviously it'll be coming out a little bit later. What else was I going to say? And then the other thing, oh yeah, we've got another interview coming, which is a bit of a secret one, the following week, and obviously I think Hasbro as well, which isn't a secret one. Trying to get that done for next week as well. Lots of interviews coming. It's bonkers. And then just more content, as much content as I can possibly manage to make you. Like I said, go check out our new TikTok. Go check out our new Instagram. If you're on Instagram, go follow us, please. Yeah, go like our stuff. I really want to build a nice big Instagram following as well. And we'll start, revealing all that stuff. Anyway, have a great evening. Don't forget to stay fresh, cheese bags. And as always, do not reveal things by accident on streams. And after 3, 1, 2, 3, full force. See you later. That's it for this installment of the Full Force News Burst. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. See you next time, and as always, full force. Make sure you get involved with the discussion by liking, sharing and commenting on these videos, and as always you can keep up with the show after listening by following on X, formerly Twitter, @TheFullForce, liking the Facebook page, facebook.com/TheFullForce. We've also added a brand new Instagram, so check us out there as well @TheFullForce Podcast, and if you would like to contact the show you can message us on any of those platforms with feedback and questions. We also have a Patreon page, so if you want to show your support for the show, see your name up in lights on these videos, or enjoy exclusive bonus content, then check out patreon.com/TheFullForce Podcast, or click on the link on any of the posts this podcast appears in. Full Force.